Welcome to Politics NY with Skye Behind the Curtain. We are with current Manhattan Borough President Gale Brewer. She was just elected back into the New York City Council. And I know that your role is going to be shifting from Manhattan Borough President to City Council, but you already have experience as a City Council, so a member of City Council. And I'm sure it's a lot of the same sorts of community engagement activities that you've been doing throughout your whole career.
It is. I think the difference now is in the post-pandemic era, we have an awful long list to address. I mean, you hear we've got a new mayor, got a new controller, we're gonna have a new city council, which is very exciting. I am, as you know, all about the work. So if you add up issues, healthcare, obviously number one, and it's a little scary, some of the numbers going up in terms of COVID around the state. So you've got that, you've got the schools, mental health is front and center of the need that the students have, not to mention all the academics, making sure that they're back in school. The third issue, no surprise, is just sanitation, rats, quality of life. And then of course you have all the long-term issues. How in the world are we really going to build affordable housing? How are we going to make sure that people are back at work and transportation systems work? How are we going to make sure our small businesses are able to succeed? I was talking to a restaurateur today. You know, he's fairly large, but it's the same problem of finding employees. And then just whether it's the pandemic or just other issues, making sure that, you know, that they have all the work ethic that is necessary for a really hard job. Not to mention, you know, just the everyday challenges that people are experiencing, food being one of them. There was a story, I don't know, 2 days ago in the New York Times about the pawn shops are super busy. That's not a good thing. I mean, it's good for the pawn shops, not necessarily good for our city. So, you know, I could go on and on. There is so much to address, and I think Eric Adams will do it. The city council can work with him, but we also have to be a very strong oversight.
Yeah, so speaking of all these new city council members, is there a program for people like yourself who had already served in city council that can mentor maybe some of the new city council members? How do you help onboard the new members?
I think there's a couple of ways. First of all, I've met quite a few of them. They're super smart, they're super engaged, and they have great ideas. So onboarding includes making sure that they know what the mayor's management report is, where to find the budget, looking to see whether what they're suggesting. Some people need, you know, some people need just a basic health care system, institution, community health in their district. They don't have any health care facility. So something like that is one challenge, to figure out how you actually do it, which is the kind of way that I operate. Give me a problem, I love solving it. At the same time, you have a lot of new members. So how do you come to some kind of consensus as to what 2 years looks like? Because we only have 2 years. The mayor, controller, public advocate, they all have 4 years. But based on the census, every city council member only has 2 years and then they run again. So onboarding includes just how the logistics of city government work and how they can use it to improve the lives of their constituents.
Now, do you have any inside gossip for us about who the next speaker could be?
I don't know. I'm certainly one of the people running, but there are a lot of good people running. I'm very clear. I think it'll get decided sometime in December. And like I said, there's some phenomenal people who have won and who are, you know, figuring out how to best serve their constituents. Some of them are already serving their constituents. So I look forward to this group of people. I really do.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we conclude this episode of Politics NY with Skye with you, Gale Brewer?
I think it's fun that you're doing these. I think that in 2022, you know, we're going to have to figure out what we prioritize. I don't know if we're going to have federal money forever. So one of the challenges is that if, you know, there's a change in the party in Washington, which scares me because I prefer the Democrats there. They care about urban America. So if there's a change there, how does that impact services here in New York City? And then second, I think this group of individuals hopefully will be a lot of fun because they have such diverse backgrounds. They bring tons of experience in terms of, you know, nurses, people worked in labor unions, 3 or 4 attorneys who worked with tenants. It's a good group. So now how does that all help New York City? Because we're all about helping our beloved New York City, which I know you and all your listeners love.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Gale Brewer. We look forward to many and great things from you and the new city council class. And